Or is it 12? Alterac is free. Yeah, okay. 13-minute game. Do we just want to watch this right now? Like... Okay, so here's the problem, right? They have, like, no good wave clear. And not really good camp taking. Whereas our team had me, Hanzo, and then Varian's, like, decent as well. So I'm just going to focus on myself. Alright, play. And I'll just, like, do this at 2 times speed or whatever. But basically this game is a complete stomp because they didn't draft correctly and they didn't play the map correctly, and we did, and so you just automatically win. And it's not even close. It's really ridiculous. So you just chill out middle, blah blah blah, nothing happens. You just clear waves. I try not to die. I don't tap because I have Deckard. Deckard is really good on this map. You want to sustain support also. So, like, who's not that great? Uther's not that great. Anyone who can't, like, just sustain up a team really well. Like, Deckard is really good, Malfurion's really good. Those are, like, the top 2 I would say on this map. Alexstrasza can be okay. Lucio's pretty good. Brightwing is pretty good. Brightwing has Bribe. Bribe characters are also really good on this map. Especially Lost Vikings and Nova are actually exceptionally good because their Bribe has 50% cooldown on the camp. And so you can just, like, bribe the camp repeatedly. And it's up every 45 seconds, which is basically every other wave. Which is crazy strong. So he's saying, stay with me, protect you, whereas I'm trying to just rotate mid-bot, or mid-top, I mean, and just push waves, because they don't have wave clear. And so if we can just push waves in, we'll get ahead on experience. And then we can use the time of the pushed waves to go take the camp. So I think I call Varian over to help me in chat. I wasn't on voice chat at all this game either. I guess they just come help me. But yeah, we push the waves in, and they don't want to miss experience. So even if you just push waves in before the objective, that's really good. You always want to do that at level 4. Okay, so now you're just fighting over the objective, right? Now the goal is to just not die, pretty much. And so you can kite back pretty well. And this whole time, this is basically, we just want to defend right now. We're just stalling because we have our camp pushing middle. And it'll take like this wall, and then we'll be up in levels. If you can rotate top and mid while defending, that's also good. Here I go a little bit over aggressive, but it kind of works out anyway. So it's basically a whole bunch of people die. We eventually are able to actually win their capture, but let me go back to myself here. And so once we've won this, now we're just defending it. I'm defending it, you know, whatever. We had to recapture it. I'm going to get the camp again because I'm level 7, so I can solo it really easily with the triple damage Q talent, which is why you go Q at level 1, because wave clear is better than just delaying a minion wave, because the best delay is killing it. And then it also encourages you to use your escape wrong. Like, you just put your escape on cooldown for no reason, and you don't need the mana return from this because Q is free. And so these 2 talents just let you clear waves for free. You take W because you can't actually spend your mana really easily. So W just actually lets you spend more mana. Q is also good, the increased charge and the firing rate. I believe with the firing rate you can get 2 Qs off every auto with the E refresh at 13, and then you have Remorseless up for every auto, which is basically just blocked and loaded permanently on Sylvanas. Blocked and loaded is a tracer talent, but okay, so now I'm Sylvanas, right? So now this thing is literally invincible. And we build up a gigantic wave. We push and clear a fort. We're pushing a keep wall. We're level 10 already. This is already the maximum you would normally expect, is this keep wall. And then you just go and take boss for free because you're 3 levels up on your opponent and heroics. And so what can they do? And so we actually could go and push bottom there if we were fast enough to, or middle or whatever. But instead we just take the boss because boss threatens core. Literally boss and minion wave at 7 minutes. This will threaten core on its own. And now, if they ever win the objective past this point, theirs is only 2/3 as valuable because this lane is going to be permanently pushed because of these gigantic null dudes. So this is permanently going to be pushed like right here. It is never going to move past this keep wall, basically. It's permanently going to be here. So we're only ever going to have to defend middle and bot, and then this one is going to take so long that you can just kill it before it even ever reaches this. So, yeah, boss pushes. Whoops. I go do camp again. they have to defend boss with like multiple people because this threatens core on its own. Like minions will get the boss down to like half HP on their own. They're defending it, so it's still gonna get below half. I cleared their camp middle for free, so they took the camp, which is correct. That's what you want to do before the objective, like I did. But I'm Sylvanas, so I just disabled their camp. So I clear my. Now we're just up. It's as if they didn't get the camp in the first place because I'm Sylvanas here. So it did 0 damage to my camp. I can just actually push this in for free. Sylvanas wave clear, by the way. Just zone him off of it. You don't need to kill him, you just need to stall long enough. Sylvanas resets, by the way. Alright, so we win this, and it's because it's bottom side, that's why we pushed top side, by the way, is because we could be pushing that wave during the objective normally, if you can rotate up. And so you can already get damage on this fort. And so that's also why you want to generally have a double soaker do the opposite side of wherever it spawns. It shows where it's going to spawn at 30 seconds into the map. And then you want to send your other people to go in the other lane so that you can get structure damage on it earlier. Because the more structure you get on it earlier, the further you can push when the objective is actually up, and the more experience you'll have after it's down, which means the higher experience you'll be going into the boss. So I'm Sylvanas, so again, we don't even need our dudes to be here yet, and we're just pushing because we're now 3 levels ahead. And the objective top lane is going to threaten core on its own if we just stall them, but we're also just going to get a keep down here before our objective even gets here. So there it is. Now we can threaten core from 2 lanes. They actually defend pretty well because we kind of play too aggressive with Varian dead. And, you know, Genji does Genji things. But we're still staying. We get mid keep, and then the game's over. Because the minions killed it. This map is dumb. This map literally is super dumb. It literally is Hanamura, like 2.0. I would argue it's probably worse than Hanamura, actually, in terms of how snowbally it is, if you draft correctly and play the map correctly. Like, Hanamura was actually 50-50 because you could counter it by going in the other lane, because both teams got the objective simultaneously.